It is about time that we talked about the DNC. Now, since 2016 and even beyond 2016, depending on how you look at it, the DNC has been working overtime to rig primaries, if that's the term that you want to use. Putting their finger on the scale is a gentler term, if that's the term that you want to use. Either way you slice it, they're having an influence on elections and working against progressive goals. Now, 2016 was probably the most blatant, obvious of examples with DNC versus Bernie Sanders. But, the DNC is coming back in full force to rig the primaries once again. Take, for example, this article from CNN from January 14th, titled, DNC Chair Defends Party's Inclusive Rules Ahead of Debate. They go on to say, Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez on Tuesday defended the party's primary debate qualifications and nominating process amid accusations that the party is lacking diversity amid its top 2020 contenders. But in an interview with CNN's John Berman on New Day, Perez said that the party cannot change its rules to ensure minority candidates do not drop out before the nominating process begins, a day after one of the field's most prominent black candidates suspended his campaign after not qualifying for the debate. Tom Perez says here, we've set a really remarkable, inclusive, and frankly low bar throughout the campaigns, and I'm proud of that. And as a result of that, we did have the most diverse field in American history. And what we've said every month was that the closer we got to Iowa, we would do what we've always done, which is raise the bar. He continued, but we made the rules. They were very transparent. They are very inclusive. And we can't change the rules midstream because there's a candidate that I wish were on but didn't make it to the debate stage. That's Tom Perez around 2 or 3 weeks ago. Essentially, he's saying here that he won't change the debate qualifications so other candidates can make it on the stage, which I mostly agree with, okay? I think the debate qualifications were already too broad, they are already too loose, which means we have debate stages with over 10 candidates. We'll have to split it up into 2 nights because there's so many candidates, so I agree with that. Unfortunately, Tom Perez, contrary to what he said there, is changing the debate rules midstream, as he said. He's just switching things up. As Vox reports here, 2020 candidates aren't happy about new debate rules that seem to benefit Bloomberg. After resisting calls to amend its rules to give more candidates the opportunity to appear on its debate stage, the Democratic National Committee has announced that it will relax its debate criteria after all. Previously, the DNC required candidates to reach a certain threshold in polling and receive contributions from a certain number of individual campaign donors to receive a debate invitation. Friday, it announced candidates will no longer need to meet any donor requirements. Instead, to qualify for February 19th's debate in Las Vegas, Nevada, candidates must either hit 10% in 4 qualifying national polls, 12% in 2 Nevada or South Carolina polls taken by a qualifying pollster, or earn at least 1 delegate in either Iowa or New Hampshire. The new rules would seem to benefit the former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who has refused to accept any donations at all, and who recently received 10% support in a national Fox News poll on the strength of a massive nationwide television ad buy. He is not campaigning in any of the first 4 primary or caucus states, and would have until February 18th to meet the polling requirement for the Nevada debate. So, contrary to what Tom Perez said, he's changing the debate rules midstream in order to accommodate Michael Bloomberg. And I wonder why. I wonder why they're just all of a sudden deciding to change these debate rules. No, I actually do know why. It's because Michael Bloomberg is a billionaire, and this is how they get what they want. They make donations in order to get what they want. They're political favors, these donations. In November of 2019, Michael Bloomberg donated over $300,000 to the DNC, and now this is just him cashing in his favor. he doesn't need any donations from, grassroots supporters in order to get on the debate stage because he has none. That's why he said he wouldn't accept any individual contributions in the first place, because no one would donate to his campaign and he wouldn't be able to make it onto the debate stage. I don't know why it is that the DNC feels that they can just put their finger on the scale so blatantly just to accommodate people who don't have any grassroots support, who are clearly not even in it to win it. He's skipping the first 4 primary states. I don't know how he thinks he even has a chance if that's what he's going to do. And he just has no support. All of the support that he has in the polls is because he's doing these massive ad buys. Over, I think, $100 million he spent on advertisements alone. I think this is, just underscoring the reason why we need to get money out of politics. We need a constitutional amendment to do so. And I think we just need to rise up and voice our concerns to the DNC to tell them that they shouldn't be influencing the elections in this way. We shouldn't be allowing, millionaires and billionaires like Michael Bloomberg and Tom Steyer to essentially just buy their way on stage. It's not fair, and it's, it's making it seem like these candidates are actually viable when the reality is that they're not. If someone like Michael Bloomberg or someone like Tom Steyer were to go against Donald Trump, they would get trounced. They would lose probably by the largest margin in modern history. So, just in summary, I think, the DNC is an organization really that is unfairly influencing elections when they should remain impartial on the whole thing and just let the people who actually have the voices, the people who actually have the power, aka grassroots supporters, do the talking with our votes.